Hello and welcome. My name is Debbie Nelson. I'm with Light Medicine Ministries and I'm with Janita Mason. Hi, Janita.
Hi, Debbie. Good morning.
Okay, so we've been on this high-fired mission to try to help educate the world on illness, I guess, and total wellness and what causes it. And you're an absolute master when it comes to helping people figure their illnesses out.
Yes, the root cause. Yes, definitely.
So one of the root causes that you feel is at the root of probably most anything nowadays is?
Well, it's today the number one epidemic that we have that is a precursor to all disease is biotoxin illness. Even cardiovascular disease, that was number one on the list in the United States as the number one killer. Well, guess what? Biotoxin disease causes cardiovascular disease. So there you go. So now biotoxin illness is the number one cause of disease. And biotoxin illness is defined as any biotoxin, what doesn't belong in there, yeast, fungus, mold, usually starts in the gut, and bacterial dysbiosis. That's a nice word for a bacterial infection. People literally, like about 90% of the population today, has a bacterial infection in their gut. And unfortunately, when they go for the symptoms that they go to doctors for, guess what they get? They get antibiotics, and antibiotics are actually the number one cause for bacterial infections in the gut because they kill all of the healthy probiota that's there to protect them from the harmful bacteria. So people have been in this conundrum, this cycle now for many years. And it's just gotten worse and worse and worse as the overuse of antibiotics has gotten worse and worse and worse. Everybody's affected by it. I think that one of the main reasons why I've maintained my health, my vibrant health at 63, is because I haven't had an antibiotic in me since 1977, one time for strep throat.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Well, because I know how to take care of myself and I know what to do instead of using antibiotics, which is what we teach at Light Medicine Ministries. But biotoxin illness, people, the symptoms can mimic anything. There's lots of labels for diseases out there, and doctors will not call it biotoxin illness because there's no real drug, there's no pill, except for antibiotics, which, you can't give an antibiotic for a yeast infection. That doesn't make sense. That can't be standard of care. Bacterial infections, yes. But it's a long list, from cardiovascular, Parkinson's, the inflammation that it causes. There's 8 root causes of disease. You can find that article on the website, lightmedicineministries.com. It's a very famous lecture that I've done for a couple of years now. It's an article that's been all over. It's been printed and reprinted everywhere. But there's 8 root causes: inflammation, toxic colon, malnutrition, sunlight deficiency, oxygen, hydrogen deficiency, oxidative stress, low transmembrane voltage. And the thing is that biotoxin illness is associated with each and every one of them. Okay, the biotoxin illness causes all of those. So and also, like with foods with pesticides, it's not just the pesticides going in you that will be a precursor to developing biotoxin illness because it kills the healthy bacteria. Is that that those pesticides actually kill the bacterial profile of the food that you're eating, the produce or fruit. So you're not getting the healthy bacteria from the fruit and produce that we got 100 years ago that built a healthy microbiome. Think about it. The plant is dead too when you eat it. Even organic, they use herbicides. It's a nice word for pesticides. We're in a mess. So anyway, yes, biotoxin illness. Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, cancer. It's associated with all of them. And in fact, glyphosate, this is documented in the labs that we run, actually, when we get the lab reports, which I provide my own corrective analysis, but the labs like Great Plains, they give their commentaries. It's been established, and by the way, it's a lab, so they know, they have the algorithm, what causes what's associated with what over many years, especially Great Plains. Glyphosate and antibiotics are number one cause of, like, for instance, Clostridia, Clostridia, C. difficile. Some of and these can kill you. They do kill people. These gut infections kill people. They're actually C. diff, Clostridia can actually turn into sepsis. So these are serious things, and
How do you discover that you have them? So when someone, we talk about this, but how does someone actually get diagnosed that they have this issue?
Well, that's just that the doctors won't diagnose it as when you walk into any allopathic clinic or hospital, there is no such thing as biotoxin illness in their books. So they don't, it's another thing like Lyme that they just don't recognize. Okay. So, what you have to do is basically, you have to understand that if you have any kind of chronic inflammatory response, you have biotoxin illness. Anything that's chronic, that you have to come to what you do, you get tested. I'm a scientist. Why did it take me so long to get there? You get tested. We have organic acids tests that will show you exactly bacteria, fungus, mold, and bacterial dysbiosis, bacterial infections, C. diff, and Clostridia. So so you get tested, but I can tell you, because it is epidemic today, I estimate that 95% of the people have it today. You know why? Because 100%, and I mean 100%, my clients that come in that get tested have serious, not just one like 20 years ago when I was testing, okay, not just a little yeast infection or a little fungal infection or a little bit of bacteria. No, it's off the charts, like bad today. Because the food distribution system and antibiotics and everything is taking this toll on the human population. So if 100% of the people coming in, I'm being nice by saying 90 to 95% of people have it out there. It is an epidemic. Okay, it is a precursor to most diseases. Honestly, it's oxidative stress. It's all of it.
So part of why we both have this similar. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Janita.
Well, just to make real what I'm saying. Okay, don't take my word for it. Go to the books, go to science, get tested. I'll be happy to test you. We use Great Plains Labs. I'll be happy to run the RX for anybody listening so they can see it for themselves. And then they can read up on what this stuff will do to you.
So that being said, the reason that we are vlogging about this experience, and that both Janita and many people are super passionate about this kind of work. I am very passionate, but we're going to vlog my test results. So we want to make light that people that think of themselves as still being very healthy people or involved in a health environment can get very sick. And I have gotten sick. And so that was part of, we want to talk about those kind of things. Just because we're going to vlog what this is. So our next segments, we want you to follow along, because we're going to have segments as we vlog about this.
The 7-day treatment. Let me add real quick before we take off here. On the website, Light Medicine Ministries, because people have been battling, people who actually know that they have, mold, yeast, fungus infections or whatever, they've been battling it, trying this, trying that, this and that, for many, many years before they get to me. And I actually have labs, before and after labs, because before, when I say, yeah, we get rid of this stuff in 7 days. At my clinic, we do. It's an intensive 7 days. There's no turning back. We get the job done. We have before and after labs of actually getting rid of it, because people wouldn't believe me. They'd hang up the phone thinking I was overselling the clinic. I don't lie. I don't need to. I work with God and nature. It works. Okay. But you know what? I'm really happy to be doing this with you, Debbie, so that people can see the process, because you are a prime candidate. I've seen your labs. We're going to be going over them tomorrow in detail as a precursor to this little docu-series we're putting together of your treatment cycle in Sedona. And so we're going to be going over your conditions that you present with, which are all of them, which is why you're a poster child and you are suffering. And we're going to do the before and after, but we're also, I'm loving getting, video snippets of the process that we put people through so they can understand how and why we get this done. And also the actual, by seeing you, hearing you report what was your symptoms will be gone, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So they're going to see.
So that's what
there's no lying in video. You can't lie. People
right.
see it.
Right. And that's my goal. I'm super transparent. I'm super authentic. I will share with people exactly what the process is, what I've gone through, but also, the process I've gone through for years battling this. Myself, trying to figure it out, buy this supplement, read this article, have this doctor say this, right? And I've just progressively gotten sicker. So in combination with working with Light Medicine Ministries, I'm going to make it super transparent so people can see the progress. And I can't think of anything better, because I have been involved in the holistic world, and mold toxicity and certain things. It is a very lengthy process that people speak about, and most people give up, because it is a super lengthy process to get rid of it.
If anything takes too long, it fades away because you're symptomatic. You can't keep up. You don't have the follow through. You're sick, you know?
Right.
And by the way, they don't work anyway. These are living, breathing organisms that actually self-replicate in you every time you eat. Okay. So you have to do an intensive treatment and get the job done and walk away with it done and knowing what to do to keep it done, to stay away from ever being infected again.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Janita. I can't wait. I get to be very transparent about this whole thing.
And I get to show off.
You know why I'm scratching nonstop? I have a mold rash all on my back neck. I've got a horrible hives rash. So part of the things that Janita talks about, it's like I've got, gut issues. We'll go over that on our next.
We'll go over that tomorrow.
All right, everyone, I look forward to it. Please tag this and continue to follow along if you want to be able to find out more about Light Medicine Ministries, how they actually heal people, how they rectify, get to root issues, and we're going to show firsthand how this works with me. So we're going to go through this whole process. So thank you, Janita. I look forward to helping.
Yeah, and I look forward to this as well. This is fun. I like showing off. I like showing God in nature at work.
All right, we're good. We're going to do this.
All right, take care, Debbie. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.